I'm sure that most of you have heard by now that here in Quebec, starting on January 9th, 2021, our provincial government will be implementing curfews. They will extend from 8 p.m. to 5 a.m. and the fines will range from $1,000 to $6,000. This had me wondering, can the Doug Ford government do the same in Ontario? Let's explore the question. On March 17, 2020, in response to the COVID-19 pandemic, the Ford government declared an emergency throughout the province of Ontario. Because the COVID-19 pandemic was declared a provincial emergency, the province moved under the Emergency Management and Civil Protection Act, or EMCPA. Now, what is the EMCPA, you ask? You can find the actual law there. It's only 15 pages, so it's not too bad. The one in Quebec's more like 36 pages. Now, why am I making this video? Let me tell you why. As per the law firm McCarthy Tetrault, here are some, but not all, of the powers that the cabinet now possesses. Under section 7.0.1 of EMCPA, the cabinet may exercise sweeping powers to respond to an emergency. For example, regulate or prohibit travel to movement to, from, and within any specific area. Sounds familiar? Establish facilities for the care, welfare, safety, and shelter of individuals, including emergency shelters and hospitals. Close any place, whether public or private, including any business, office, school, hospital, and other establishments or institution. Again, doesn't that sound familiar? This one is my favorite and the one I'm most concerned about. EMCPA includes a basket case. This empowers the provincial cabinet to take such other actions and implement such other measures as the cabinet considers necessary in order to prevent, respond, or to alleviate the effects of the emergency. We have a very similar clause in the Quebec legislation. If you do speak French, I suggest you go check out the video I released yesterday. There's another very important part I think is worth mentioning. Again, taken from the McCarthy Tetrault's law firm website, and I quote, "Now that it has declared the COVID-19 to be a provincial pandemic, the Ontario government has sweeping statutory powers at its disposal under the EMCPA. It must use these powers in a manner consistent with the legislation and the Constitution, but it has enormous latitude to make orders that it deems necessary to address the crisis. The court have a constitutional responsibility to oversee Ontario's use of this authority, but it will approach the government's decisions with considerable deference." I also want to point out the following. When asked about a curfew during his briefing on Tuesday, January 5th, 2021, Doug Ford told reporters, "I always say everything's on the table, but let's see where the numbers go." Keep in mind that I'm not saying that the Ontario government will implement curfews just like the Quebec government did. I'm not a lawyer, nor do I claim to be. All I'm saying is, under the EMCPA, it seems that the government possesses the power to do so.